Hello, people. Good to see you guys. Drums roll. Hey. Wow. It's good to be back. Before I start, let me just do something quick, very fast. All right. Good to be back. Good to be here again. Hello, people. You're welcome to your number one inspirational TV show, The Havilah Show. Here, where we entertain, we inspire, we educate, we inform, and we give you great, amazing tips and things that would help you grow in life in whatever you do. We are here to just inspire you all the way. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year to you watching me, wherever you're watching me from. I want to say Happy New Year to you. How was 2020? How was it? How was last year? Last year was challenging. How was your Christmas celebration? How was the your New Year crossover celebration? Mine was splendid. Hello, mine was splendid. I had a lovely time. Lockdown time, but anyway, we enjoyed self. Thank God for life. This 2021, I pray it's going to be blessed and great year for you and me. It's going to be a favorable year for us. It's going to be a year of success, of favor, of great open doors for us. Everything that you've been praying to God for, I declare and I pray for you that God would answer us this year, 2021. That's it. Officially, you're welcome to the show, to your number one inspirational TV show, The Havilah Show, live here on your platform this year, 2021. Drum roll. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Quick one. We're not just going to waste time. Our show is a 1 hour show, so we have just 1 hour to run our show from start to finish. So this is going to be very different from our previous episodes. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. We have our special guests in the building today. Our name is Ambassador Lola Aino Olukotu. She's an ambassador. She's a mother. She's a wife. She's a blessed woman. I tell you, she's so informed. People know as Lola MK. She's a family woman with two beautiful kids, an actress, a community leader, and a businesswoman who has been successful in her dealings. We are privileged to have her again on your number one inspirational TV show. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome here on your show, The Havilah Show, our first guest, 2021, Ambassador Lola Aino Olukotu. Drums roll.
Hello.
You're welcome. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So good one. I'm so happy that we've started. We're back on the show again, and we have you as our first guest on the show. Yeah, I'm excited. Our topic for today, we have two topics we're discussing. The first one is relationship talk, and the second one is about New Year resolutions. So let's start with a relationship first. And relationship, how should single men, or single guys or ladies, how should they position themselves this 2021, looking at what happened last year, the pandemic, and this year? So how can someone who is single be able to position themselves to get hooked, to get into a relationship? How should they position themselves to get into a relationship this year? Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me back. I'm really excited to be here, to talk to you, to share a little knowledge, my little knowledge with you. Thank you for having me. Let's just dive straight into the topic for the
Straight up.
single ladies. Straight up. We're not wasting time. For the single ladies and to the single ladies out, guys out there. Do you know what? This
Yep.
is a time of reflection. This is a time to understand and just know yourself. It's a little tricky and a little different from the usual because you can't
Mhm.
really go out on a date. You
Exactly.
cannot just up and it's different. It's different, and so we have to adjust. Just a little
Mm.
adjustment there and there, and but it's fine. It's all good. Um, so when Mr. Villa sent the topic, I thought about it. If I was single right now, what would I
Mm.
do? Because I can't really do much.
Mm.
So I found that I'm a very flexible person and I like to
Mm.
try new things. And I know this
Mm.
is going to be a bit uncomfortable to a lot of my Africans, Nigerian people out there, we
Okay.
don't really want to do online dating. Like, what is online dating? My friend, you have to start trying new things. So if I was in your shoes, that's something I would actually try. People try it and it's worked for them. Go
Mm.
online. People are doing things on the internet.
Mm.
Register yourself. There's Christian dating websites. There's
Mm.
I don't even want to start mentioning them because I'm not getting, I'm not promoting anybody and I'm not getting paid to promote any website. But
Exactly.
do you know
Exactly.
what? Go online and meet people. Let's be open-minded. Let's be
Mm.
open-minded. Let's actually try these things that works. You know, be fun. It's like an experimental thing. Try it. I love stuff like that. Let's go on online dating. Um, ordinarily I would say stuff like go to church, go to parties, but all those things are on
It's locked down.
lockdown at the
Yes.
moment. Yes,
Exactly.
but we're not locked down all over. It's not global. So some countries are not on lockdown, but I'm speaking for the country that are on lockdown. Please
Mm.
follow the rules. Coronavirus is real. So if your country is on lockdown, be on lockdown. But you can meet people online, you can talk to people, and it's actually nice. I feel like this generation we like to rush things. You want to, start speaking to somebody today, and then the next minute you're moving into each other's houses and everybody is doing crazy things. I'm not in support of that. So this is even good. Let's go the old school way where you actually meet people, talk to people, get to know people. Um, Technology is everything, online is everything. So go online and be open-minded to it. People do it and it's worked for them. And I pray that it would work for you as well. I know it's not easy, but it is what it is right now. And we just have to make use of what we have.
Mm. Mm.
Thank
So
you.
online dating. So it's just your only tip for single ladies and single guys, or you have different tips for guys,
Well,
or you have
everyone is meeting online now. We're gonna meet online first
yeah.
of all. Like obviously, when I say online, I don't necessarily mean a particular on the phone. Like
Mm.
we're communicating right now on Zoom,
Yeah.
Teams link. Everything is all you cannot physically see someone if you're on lockdown. You're not from the same household. You're not at that stage yet, but at least you can meet them online. So that's number one thing. So I would use this time as a time to actually reflect and work on your individual selves. Work on yourselves. You know, that's all you can do really. I'm not gonna lie to you, we haven't been able to do much. Friends and family, we're not seeing each other. So this is a time to just reflect, do other things. But I'm not going to focus on taking chances because people will take chances. Or, we're in the same country, or even some people they will travel. I'm not traveling to meet a random stranger. I'm not doing that. If you're not part of my household, we're not meeting anyone. So it's for
Mm.
me, it's strictly online. Everything you're going to do right now is online and work on yourself
It's
as
online.
an individual. And when you work on yourself, you get better. You bring a better
Mm.
version of yourself to the other person when the time comes to actually physically see each other. So that's all you can do right now, to be honest.
Okay, so online dating is the way forward. Move.
Yes.
All right, now straight to our next topic. We're discussing. Let me go back to the question, to the topic of the day. Yep, yep, yep. All right, the second topic we're discussing is why does New Year resolutions fail? Why do people fail when they make New Year resolution?
There's so many reasons why we fail at our New Year, resolutions. And as humans, we have plans. And when the
Yeah,
plan doesn't go as planned, we use
right.
the term failure. In my dictionary, there's no such thing as something failing. It just means at that
Mm,
particular moment it hasn't worked out, and
mm,
I'll try again. We're so hard on ourselves.
mm,
A lot of the times we're not realistic, so that's part of why it fails. Because in the first place, it wasn't a realistic decisions or plans
mm.
to have in the first place. So number one, it's not realistic. Number two,
Yeah.
we have to just understand that life happens. For example, 2020. End of 2019, we all know global pandemic, that's
Yeah.
inevitable. That's not planned. Nobody really saw that coming. So that's part of why
Nobody.
things will not work out as planned. Again,
Mm.
back to what I said, we have to be flexible as people. If we're not flexible, we end up just biting ourselves when things don't go to plan. The most important thing to me right now is I made it through 2020, and that should be the most important thing to everyone watching me right now. You made it through. A lot of people didn't. So let's pat ourselves on the back, give ourselves a little break, and just say well done to the things that have worked out. The things that have worked out, well done to that. The things that haven't worked out, we'll work towards it. But I don't want us to use the word failure or something hasn't, we failed in our New Year resolution or we failed. I don't know. I don't use that term. There's no such thing in my book. If it didn't work out, it wasn't supposed to work out. We move. you know, it is what it is. I'm grateful to be alive. New Year resolution, we can
Mm.
set it and set something a bit more realistic, and if it doesn't work
Mm.
out, like I said, it doesn't work out. We can
Mm.
re-strategize, we can see what we can do better next time. But that term, I don't want you to put it all over yourself like, oh, I failed in my plan. Nobody's a failure in my book.
All right. Don't you think for okay, some of the factors that affect New Year resolutions failure is number one, association of friends, association of people around you. You have the rights. For example, when you walk with the wise, you shall be wise. A companion of a fool shall be destroyed. Now, if you walk with five wise people, you'll be the number six wise person. If you walk with five foolish people, you will be the sixth foolish person. Don't you think that association matters? And also, knowing this about like vision, plans, goals, aims, object ambition and all those things, don't you think they matter? Does it mean that we should throw all of this away and say qui sera sera, whatever will be?
No, I agree with you. We have to plan. If we don't plan, things things can be just all over the place, and that's not what we want.
Yeah.
I always say, like, I have a routine. At the same time, I'm flexible. I have a routine when I wake up in the morning. I feed my children. I cook.
Yeah.
I already have an idea what my day would be like. Today's Saturday. I know what my tomorrow roughly should look like. I have an idea what my
Right.
week is like. However,
Right.
if it doesn't go as planned, especially, for those of you in the UK with Uncle Boris Johnson, changing the rules and laws every day. you know, what are we going to do? What are we genuinely going to do? We cannot do much. So we just
Yeah.
have to allow things to just play out sometimes. Have your goals, have your plans. But if it doesn't work out, please don't cry about it. Let's not cry about it. Let's not be so hard on ourselves. You know, I you did made you made an example about your friendship, your associate, the people you associate yourself with. Of course, it's very
Yeah.
important. You don't want to be with any just any random person. You want to be with people that you know that you can trust, that you can rely on, that you can count on.
Hello. Network. Was expecting our guest back on. All right. Still waiting. I think it's a network. All right, like as I was saying, association matters. Association is important. Your association will determine your acceleration in life, and your association also will determine your assimilation. So, work with the wise, you'll be wise. You work with the fool, you end up being their sixth foolish member. So, just make sure you work. Still waiting for our guests to come back because of the network. Make sure you work with the wise to these are the things that would help that would help your resolutions for the year. Second point, which I personally wrote, is vision. Talking about association, your plans, your show me a man that has no that is aimless. I'll show you a man that is everywhere. Show me a man that has no vision. I will show you someone that is just that has lost focus. Your focus is very important. Focus, vision, long-term goal, short-term goal. These are some of the things that would help you achieve. When you say you want a New Year resolution, you have something you want to work on next year, put it into a short-term plan and also have a long-term plan. There are some of these goals that you take it step by step, and there are some that you hit it boom once, and there are some you just take it. It's a long-term thing, so you need to break your goals into pieces. And also sacrifice is very important. You need to sacrifice, dedicate time and effort in what you do. So I guess it's back again. uh, thank you for joining us again on the show.
Hello.
Yeah,
Sorry about
just
that.
say
You
no
see,
problem, no problem.
we were talking about plans, making
Yeah,
plans.
yeah.
Plans are good, but life happens. See, this internet of a thing, it decides to work when it wants to work, and when it doesn't want to work, it doesn't want to work. But we're back online. Like I was saying, you gave an
Yeah,
example in regards to the people you associate yourself with. Of
yeah,
course, all these things matters. As a person, as an adult, as a grown person, I like to use the word grown person because when you're dealing with a younger generation or a younger person, you have to leave room for some certain mistakes. It's almost inevitable. We're allowed to make mistakes. You
don't
have to
expect too
allow
much from them.
you have to let people make mistakes.
Mm,
Even I have children right now. I say to my son all the time, you can't always get it right. And
no,
a lot of we parents, we just bite our children. What are you doing? It's okay to get it wrong sometimes. It's a learning curve. You're learning as you go along. So the
exactly.
people you associate yourself with is very important. But at the same time, I cannot stress this enough. And this is probably because I work in the healthcare setting. Depression is real. Mental health problems, mental health is just, it's real. I cannot
Mm,
emphasize enough of that point. So you have to leave room for mistakes. You can't bite yourself over every decision you make, every plan you make, and it doesn't come to pass. I mean, are you God? You have to let things sometimes, it happens. It's okay. It's okay to have a heartbreak. It's okay for you to run late. It's okay for people to say yes and change their mind. It's okay for people to say no and change their mind. It's okay to plan that this is life. This is life. I say to people all the time, this is life. Otherwise, you're going to end up on antidepressants. Otherwise, you're going to go crazy.
mm,
And that one you don't even want to get close to that point. And this
mm.
is why, I have people, they talk about their New Year resolution. People,
Yeah.
people are just biting, they're eating themselves up. Oh, this is not how I planned. My dear, nobody planned to have coronavirus. We didn't plan a lot of things that happened, but we have to keep it moving. Who knew that I would be on Zoom and, WhatsApp? I don't have energy for all this. Listen, that is life now. I have people now in their 70s and 80s, and their generation didn't see on the internet, but they are learning. They have to learn. This is what we're doing now. So again, let's make plans. But if our plans don't go as planned, let's be flexible, let's roll with it, and let's take it in like a boss, like a champion. And that's why most time people look at me, oh, you're such a happy person. You want me to be depressed? you know, I have to be happy. I have to get on with it. It's a choice. I choose to allow things to allow things to just happen. If they've happened, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm not gonna be crying. People are waiting for that tears. That tears ain't coming anytime soon. I'm not gonna cry about it. I'm gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna keep it moving. Oh, thank you everyone that's tuning in. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Now, so you said something about planning and about learning. Now, that's a place of updating yourself.
Yes.
And that means everyone should update themselves.
Yes.
And also, if they update themselves, Should they just because now if they don't plan, if they don't have an accurate plan, an accurate like a long-term, short-term plan, and they just
Yeah.
update themselves, how will it be? How will they be so sure of what they want to do? You understand my question?
Okay. Okay. So let me take it back because I think there's a little confusion here. Yes. Um, I want to look for a very, very practical example. And I'll give you something that is very common amongst we women.
Okay.
Uh, most women, not most women, but especially in the Nigerian culture, by the time you're 25, you want to get married and have your first baby. Nobody wants to be having their first baby 35, 40. Hey, nobody wants to do that. Okay, so let's use that as an example.
All
You
right.
want to get married, you want to have a child 25, 26. Yes,
Yeah.
that's
Yes.
just, we're working towards a practical example, right?
Yes.
Okay, the plan is to graduate at 22, 23.
Yes.
The graduation process didn't happen until maybe 24, 25. And the
Mm-hmm.
plan is by 25, I would have been married, pregnant, or even had a child.
Mm.
So does that mean because I have this plan to get married at 25 and have a child or be pregnant by 25? So at 24, 25, whilst I'm in school, wait till I'm in school, but remember I need to get married and have a child. The, I mean, let's some things we have to use our common sense. Let's have a plan, which is a road map of where we're going. However, on that road, we're going to have obstacles. Things are going to happen. We might, have a pandemic. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Financial difficulties, because that happens. The death of a parent, maybe your parent or a sponsor, somebody that's supposed to sponsor you, or life happens. Let's leave room for mistakes. Let's leave room for a little bit of flexibility. You understand? So we have a roadmap of where we're going, which is still my end goal. I'm still going there, but I just might not go there the way I had planned I would have gone there. I might not go the exact route. You understand? And this is why I always say to myself, this is a practical example of what I say to myself. I have a destination of a house that I'm going to. I know the exact house I'm going to. I know what that house looks like. I have a rough idea. You understand? When I then get to
Yeah.
the house, if I'm going to go by the door, or I'm going to go by the ceiling, or I'm going to go by the window, is story for another day. The point is, I'm going to get into that house. Do you
Exactly.
understand what I'm saying? So so I don't want you to get confused. I want us to have a plan, a roadmap of where we're going, but it's okay for the route to be changed a little bit. It's okay to let's embrace those obstacles. It's okay. Do you understand? Because I always believe that God has the final say. So if I have this plan, is that really God's plan for me? Because that's another story for another day. Is that really God's plan for me? Do you know how many things I've planned for myself and it hasn't quite worked that way? We all have plans, and those plans are good. Those are good plans. However, we have to be flexible. That flexibility is
Can I
so
say something?
difficult. But we have to really practice that flexibility. We
Yeah,
have to.
yeah. Can I say something, please? Yeah.
Yes,
There
sir.
are two things. We shouldn't mix. Okay, there is procrastination. Some people
Oh, yes,
procrastinate and they
yes.
assume that they are procrastination. They assume it's maybe, yeah, it's God's will, like, okay, it's not yet God's time, but instead of them they taking the move, they are procrastinating, or they are lazy about, should I say what, lazy, they are they are laid back, they don't want to take things, the way it should go. Now, how we explain procrastinating or procrastination with, moving, explaining procrastination and God's will, because now you're saying that, oh, we should give room for mistakes and all like that. Someone might mix procrastination with God's word, God's way, or laziness with God's way. So how do you differentiate this two?
Okay, so I'm going to speak to you. I'm speaking to you right there. Yes, you're watching me. You and I know what procrastination means, and you and I know what genuinely trying and not getting anywhere, because sometimes you try and it doesn't quite work the way you're trying, what you're trying to achieve, it doesn't quite work that way. Now, you and I, we know what trying means.
Exactly.
It gets to a point in your life, you just have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself if you're genuinely making an effort. So if I'm a business person, for example, I like to always give it some kind of example. I mean, it's not a broad example for everyone and everyone, but always leave your comment down below if you want me to be specific on a particular situation. So, for example, I'm a business person. I've got the money to help you, to sponsor you. There's no only a stupid business person will put their money down on something that you've assessed would not go anywhere. I would only
Mm,
put my money down to sponsor you, to produce something, to be part of something, when I know that genuinely you're making an effort. There's some things no pastor can do anything, no spiritual person or imam no parent can help you out. You know if you're genuinely trying to make your life better, to move from one stage of your life to another, or
mm.
if you're just messing around and procrastinating. That one, you know it. And when I speak to people, I want you to be honest with yourself. This is your life. This is your life. When I'm not there, is your reality. You understand what I mean? So
That's what
you
I'm
have
going
to answer that. Yes,
to.
you have to
Yeah,
answer that question. Nobody can answer that question for you. You know if you're procrastinating. And
that's it.
a lot of the times, unfortunately, nothing happens when you do nothing about it. If you're just
Exactly.
there praying that one miracle from above, nothing
Wait.
will happen. How people
Mm,
say, oh, it's by luck. Well, that luck, unfortunately, doesn't quite happen with me. My own luck is that with the grace of God, I'm physically moving,
yes. Take a
physically,
move. Yes. Yes.
actively, you
Exactly.
understand, doing something. I won't just sit
Exactly.
down there and wait for that luck from above to. I don't do it, and I suggest you don't do it. Actively do something, make a change, be the change you want to see.
Exactly. Exactly. Wow. 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 Be the change that you want to be. So we've said, you said, oh, the first one is that just take it easy. You said it. Take it easy. Slow down. Don't expect too much. Last year was so, we had a lot of expectations. Like personally, I wrote a lot of things down that I wanted to do last year. But I thank God, actually did, out of a 10, I think I did 9, even in lockdown. I did 9. So I know a lot of people too did the same, and some who didn't do it. There's still time. Just take it easy and do it. So what's your word? What other tips do you have before we gradually round up the show? I don't want to waste time at all.
Okay, thank you. You mean in terms of New Year resolution and what you should be doing with yourself?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
this is my final thoughts in terms of what you should be doing with yourself. Um, During my period of waiting, searching, during my period of working on myself, one thing that I did was, and this pandemic of a thing, I see the good in it. Unfortunately, a lot of people have died. We are lucky, we are thankful, we are grateful to be part of the living that we're alive today. It's only by the grace of God. I mean, people died. Here in the UK, a lot of people lost their lives.
Yeah,
We are
yes, yes.
we are thankful that God counts us worthy to be alive. Okay, so now that we're where we're at right now, one thing that I've been doing, and I would encourage that we all participate in doing that, is
Okay.
quality over quantity. Um,
Mm,
this waiting time is a time to actually get to know yourself as an individual. It's a
mm,
time to love yourself. It's a time to become better. It's a time to work on yourself. It's a beautiful time, honestly. I'm seeing things, I'm like, have I been living in this house? Because I'm living in my house. I don't even know what's going on in the house. It's like I'm in that house, but I'm not present. I'm not physically, I don't feel anything. I just sleep, wake up and going. This is the time to actually embrace, feel, touch, smell, enjoy your
Mm.
enjoy life, enjoy where you're at.
Enjoy
You
life.
understand?
Yes.
You understand? Just
Yes.
enjoy.
Mm.
There was a time we couldn't even travel. The borders were
Mm.
shut down. We couldn't travel. So everybody was just stand still. You can't really see any friend or any people outside of your own like personal space, your own bubble. And so that's to tell you that this life, you have to really just love yourself, embrace yourself, be able to create fun within yourselves. Do you understand? So
Mm.
if a lot of people, the only way they can catch fun and be happy in life is to go physically go out to one bear party. I mean, party is good, but if that is the only life you have and there's no substance, there's no content within you, there's nothing. No,
Mm.
you don't have a family life. You don't enjoy your own company. You don't
Mm.
understand yourself. The only
Mm.
the only fun some people have is strictly party. And their
Yes.
party doesn't start at the weekend. Party starts on Monday morning. Party all week. Party after party after party after party. So honestly, this is a time to really work on yourself. This is a time to embrace yourself. Love upon yourself. That's allowed. Love upon yourself. This is the time to produce a better you. That is what I'm doing. I want to be a better me. You understand? I want to be a better mom. I want to be a better person. I want to take my time. I want people to call me and actually enjoy me. Lola, you're a different person. I'm different. Corona has made all of us calm down. You understand? This life is actually vanity. It's really vain. People died.
Mm.
And I didn't know
Mm.
that people can actually die like that. You
People
know,
died.
we didn't see that coming. That was a shock. I work in the care setting. I saw some things that people are not even privileged to. I'm like, this life. So this is a
Mm.
time to actually work on yourself, be a better version of yourself. That's what people want to see. Get better. We have to keep moving. We cannot just be crying coronavirus. We have to be flexible. There's corona. Wash your hands, follow the guidelines, wear your mask, do the things you have to do. If you don't have to travel, it's not essential. I mean, what are you looking for? Let's do what we're supposed to do, and things will not be as difficult as we think it is. Let me share one little experience I had last year with you before we end the show.
Yes.
Sometimes last year, I was on maternity leave. I was After my maternity leave, I got the NHS letter to shield, and
Okay.
I was actually shielded. So I hadn't physically gone anywhere. But the fear of corona, we are so
Mm.
scared, eh? We're so scared of this virus that even before the virus actually, like before we actually test positive of this virus, a lot of people would have been dead. That would, God forbid, that would not be our portion.
God forbid. God
I
forbid.
literally woke up one morning and I called, is it 911 or 111, the emergency number.
Yeah.
And me being an actress now, my Nollywood skill just came on board. I'm like, oh my
Boom.
God, there's something wrong with me. I'm not okay. And the lady said, where have you been? Have you been out? Have you mixed with people? I haven't really gone out. But honest to God, I can guarantee you now I had all the symptoms in my head.
Mm.
Do you understand? I woke up early in the morning, I coughed and I'm like, oh, there's blood. There was no blood. The devil is really a liar. Oh,
Exactly.
I can't breathe properly. I can't breathe properly. And suddenly my voice, oh, I've got temperature. I can't feel it's you know, and
Mm.
I was just really scared. And I'm thinking, I have to write my will. I need to call my lawyer. My children. Oh, my son even remembers me because he's a lot older. He would remember me. My baby is so little, she won't know me. I mean, this thing is just crazy.
Or just
We
flying.
just,
Yeah. Mm.
you understand? And
Mm.
and the lady said, I would advise you Damilola, I would advise you not to go to A&E because you don't want to be there. You're not showing symptoms. I think you're just having anxiety. I think you're just really scared. And you know what the funny thing is? I had people in my household. I have a partner in the house. I didn't tell him that I'm not feeling well, but I called emergency number in that same house. And then the lady said she's gonna get someone to give me a call back within the next 30 minutes. I said, "Oh, make sure you call me back because I don't think I'm gonna survive before I'm telling you, this corona thing." And then
Wow.
within that 30 minutes, my partner came to the bedroom. He's like, "Oh, I made you some breakfast. You came with yam and egg." When I saw yam and real egg, the egg where you put onions, tomato, pepper, everything mixed together. I'm telling you,
Corona.
I became, I became well from within. All those symptoms
Mm.
disappeared. It was hunger.
Chandelier. Chandelier. Hunger.
You, you know what? Let's not live in fear. I don't, this spirit of fear,
Mm.
it's real. This spirit of fear, I can't, right now, I'm as bold as anything. Some people call it pride. Some people call it, in fact, the name they call it I don't really care. You understand? I will not be living in fear. Not let somebody give me a name that my father has not called me. You
Mm.
understand? I
Exactly.
am healthy. I am happy. I am where I'm supposed to be. And whatever I'm supposed to do next, I'm working towards it. We'll
Yeah.
move. We are getting there. That's why we are moving. You understand?
One
I
thing.
don't want us to cry
Yes.
over it. Yes.
One thing I know about this whole COVID is a lot of people are scared. The fear is so
Very.
much that, yeah, and
It's
someone
real.
defined fear. It said false evidence appearing real. Like it's false, but it
Mm,
appears so real. Like it's, for example, you
so
see,
real.
you have like a doll lion, a toy lion that roars. You think it's real. It's not real, but it appears so real that it's you are so overwhelmed with the appearance of it. That's how fear is. A lot of people don't have this thing, these symptoms. They don't have this thing, but the fear of it. I remember, like what you said. Now I remember myself. It happened to me like a few weeks ago. I was scared. I was afraid. I mean, at the point I told myself, I said, I serve a God who is bigger, who is greater, who owns the
That's it.
universe. So what? And in the scriptures, this part that's talked about this faith. If your faith is small as a mustard seed, and I just told myself, I said, I connect
Yes.
my faith with the word of God that this thing can't have a place in my life, and that's just it. And with faith, strong faith in God and in Christ, and knowing that this, because I think the first thing the devil does is to bring fear into any man's life. When he wants to strike, it starts with fear. For example,
That's it.
if you went to the hospital that time, you went to the hospital and you got there because of fear, and somehow someone might actually now contract the thing itself, because when they take you to the hospital, and you cannot, but you will know that it's just fear that started the whole thing. So fear is so bad, so bad, so bad. So anyone watching, please just take it easy. Don't be scared. Just relax. God is in control of your life. So over to you, please. I don't have to say that quick before I forget that word.
Yes. And I had a song that I was always singing
Yes.
last year. And last year's another thing happened. We could not
Okay.
physically go to we could not physically go to our places of worship.
No,
If you're
we
a
couldn't.
Muslim, you couldn't go to, there was no asalatu, there was no mosque.
No,
If
no,
you're a Christian, there's no
no
church,
church.
there
No.
was no worship house.
No.
And this is to tell you that we are the church.
Mm,
You understand? And
exactly.
there was no pastors. Pastors are hustling for their families. Nobody had time for anybody. Last year was really bad, and at the same time is really good. It was a really, really good time for us because He actually allowed us to connect with God ourselves. He allowed us
Mm.
to embrace. He
Mm.
allowed us to really understood who we were in Christ. If you're a Christian,
Mm.
you know what I mean.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I was always saying to myself that last year, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my
Passions
heart,
of my heart.
everything that
Yes.
I do,
No,
let
of
it
God.
always be within in alignment with God.
God. Yeah.
Because this head, you don't want this head to think of what it shouldn't be thinking of. You
Mm.
don't want your mouth, you don't want to be pronouncing things that are not your portion. You don't want to be saying things, illnesses, diseases that are not yours, viruses that you don't want to be saying things that are not yours. You don't want to be proclaiming it with your own mouth.
Mm.
You understand? So speak positivity into your life. There's no
That's what I'm
pastor,
going
no
to.
pastor, no
That's what I'm going
imam
to.
anywhere.
That's what I'm going
Speak
to.
it
Yeah.
with your own mouth. You understand?
That's what I'm going.
Let it
Yeah.
work with your mouth all the time. Be in alignment. Speak it. Make it. Oh my God!
Be
Last year,
positive.
Mr. Villa, last year I didn't like it because people died. But apart from that, people dying. Last year was a good year. Oh. Last year was a good year because
Mm.
nobody can run to anybody. Nobody is praying and fasting for anybody. Everybody was eating garlic, ginger, and lime.
Even this year, the ninja continues.
I mean, I mean, nobody was fasting for anybody. No pastors was picking up your phone calls. Ah,
Mm.
pastor, pastors died.
Mm.
Pastors died. You know, people that you think, oh, they know it all medically, they died. You know,
Mm.
we're just in everything we're doing, we're referencing God. We're thanking God to that he counted us worthy. Because I don't know why we're here today, There's a reason, there's a purpose. So when I'm
Exactly.
thinking along the line of why I'm still here, the purpose at which God has preserved my life to be here, I won't be thinking of all this regular New Year resolution. That is the list of my worries. Uh-uh.
Mm.
We are overcomers. We've done something way, way bigger than that. That is at me.
Yes.
If you ask me that what I've achieved, my achievement 2020 is that I made it through. That's an achievement. That is an
Exactly.
achievement on its own.
On its own,
You
yeah.
understand? We thank God. We just thank God.
We thank God. We thank God. So thank you so much, guest ambassador Damilola Aino Olakotu. Thank you so much for being on our show today. Today. You are our first guest on
Thank
the show. On the show, we were so grateful. Thank you so much, and thank you for last year for joining us last year on the show. And we hope very soon we'll have you on the show on the Havilah Show proper. We can't
Please
wait to have
bring
you.
me on. This year, please, I'm officially a YouTuber. How I got on
Yeah.
YouTube, I don't know. Everybody
What's
kept
your
pushing
YouTube? Yeah, what's your YouTube hand link so we can? What's the name? Your YouTube? Okay, I think it's
Okay,
Lola
Lola MK official. Lola
MK.
MK one word official.
Yeah, let me
So it's
write
Lola MK official. Just a little something about
official
my
that
life, my family. Please
on YouTube.
subscribe,
Yeah,
comment, say something, say hello to me, ask me a
yeah,
question. I'm here. I've got time.
yeah.
This year is good. Now we have time for what really matters. We're not
Uh,
traveling to anybody's country. We're all chilling in our own country, and we're just, enjoying what is left. We are really connecting and just chilling. That's what we are doing. We're on
exactly.
lockdown right now as I speak. We're still on lockdown here
Well,
in
so
the
yeah, yeah.
so there's no Valentine for anybody. I'm already thinking ahead. There's no Valentine, and I'm not
But you
gonna
know for married but you know for married couples, this COVID has helped them build their relationship, made them stay closer to each other. You know
it's
this
what
valent this yeah
it's
this
worked
pandemic period.
both ways. I wouldn't say is make them get closer because it can be
Okay.
both ways. A lot of couples have actually gone their separate ways at the start of the
Wow.
pandemic last year because
Wow.
there's a lot of marriages, they're just married on paper. They're not really friends. They don't really have that friendship. So
Mm.
we have people that are working 6 days a week. You don't really get to see them. And then suddenly they have to be in your face 24/7, 7 days a week. Oh, I know a lot of couples, they couldn't stand it. And God will help you. You don't have a spare room to chuck the other person in that spare room. The fight. And you know what the thing is? If you call 999, that is not priority. If you call emergency, no police. Police doesn't even want to catch the coronavirus. Police are not coming out to anybody's houses. So it works both ways. Last year was just
Oh my
very
God.
interesting for marriages. So it's good to be married because, of course, it's nice that you have a companion. Um, but it wasn't as nice as people thought it was going to be for a lot of married couples because they didn't get on. Some married couples just didn't get on.
Mm.
Kids were being abused, having to have your children 24/7 to some people and they don't have a relationship. Not even
Mm.
teenage kids problem. Those ones
Mm.
are just another problem. The
Stefan
young
Randy.
ones, they're not going to school. You have to. Now I have an ultimate, my respect for teachers right now are up there. I respect
Mm.
teachers right now. I don't even know how they do it.
Yeah.
Imagine having 30 of my son in a classroom.
Mm.
How do y'all do it? I only have one. You understand?
Mm.
And to have 30 of those children in oh God, it's
In a
so wonderful.
room. Mm.
So
Every
last
day.
year was a very, very interesting year. Last year was a very interesting year. We just thank God. We just thank God that we're alive. So please follow me. It's a family vlog, it's a family channel, it's about lifestyle, faith, relationship, motherhood. I'm a mother, I have a son, I have a daughter, I'm a
Yeah.
wifey, I'm a businesswoman. Let's talk about life. Let's talk about how we can empower each other as people. It does, and thank God for technology. You don't have to be UK based. We can connect
No.
with people, in other continents of the world. We can make, you can just be friends with these people in Australia now, anyhow. And when they're talking to
Yeah.
me, they're like, it's midnight over here. I'm like, well, we only know standard time. We don't know. It's just really nice to just meet people,
Exactly.
connect with people. And yeah, thank you for having me, the Havilah Show. I'm really grateful.
Thank you so much, Ambassador Damilola, for being on our show today. I think we have to round up the
Thank
show now, and I'll call you. We need to talk. We need to talk about
Okay.
your show and about the Havila show as well. Okay. Thank you so much for coming on our show today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you for
much.
having me. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you.
God
Bye.
bless.
Yes. All right, bye. All right, people, you're welcome again. Not you're welcome again. Thank you so much. Wow, that was so informative, short and so informative. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today on your number one inspirational TV show, The Havilah Show. Um, Again, please, like what our guest said, she said that take it easy, take it slow. Don't expect too much from yourself or from your plans, your goals. But all the same, too, we need to be sure of who we connect with. Your association matters. Your association determines your acceleration. Your association determines your assimilation in life. You need to have a plan no matter what. The pandemic is on, but so many people are actually making things. They are actually achieving things. So for you to get a beautiful, for you to get it right this year, you need to position yourself in the right direction, association, the right people, sacrifice. We have to be learning. You need to learn new things, learn new skills. Personally, I'm learning a lot of things now. I learn every night. I try to learn new skills, learn a lot of things. I do videos, I do audio productions, I do all of this. I sit down and I learn. Please just try to learn new things. Maybe you might learn how to bake a cake, try to learn how to sing, try to learn how to sew, learn something unique, something that it might benefit you at the end of the day. That's a phase of sacrifice. If a visionless man is an aimless man, kind just have a vision, have a plan, set your goals, short-term goals, long-term goals with God. Pray, have God put all your plans into the hands of God, and I tell you, it's gonna fall in place. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today on your morning inspirational TV show here, where we inspire you, we educate you, we inform, we entertain, and we give you beautiful, beautiful tips that will help you bond. Thank you once again for joining me on your show. Next week, Saturday, we'll have another special guest for you here on the show. Thank you so much once again. See you next week. Bye bye.